So Ulvenwald Oddity, I cannot believe I'm doing this. Ulvenwald Behemoth, baby. Down to 3 we go, and this Behemoth is going to trample right over your Dracosaur, and is going to trade with ladies and gentlemages, civilians across the multiverse. Welcome back to another episode with Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like. The button looks just like this, and it helps out the channel tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and dive right in. We got the throwback stomp. Let's start off with the Ulvenwald Oddity. I am absolutely in love with this card. It feels like this card has been in standard forever, and it kind of has been, just with the standard getting kicked back here. But in case you forgot, the Ulvenwald Oddity, it costs 4, trample haste, and then eventually, if you have 7, you're gonna be able to transform it into the Ulvenwald Behemoth, and you can do this mid-combat, which just creates the most awkward blocking scenarios for your opponent, and it makes life hell for them, and it makes life heaven for us. So I love this card, and I'm giving a big shout out to it. So another thing, we got the Cemetery Prowler. These cards are just so freaking old, and I absolutely love them. They feel ancient, but they're still standard legal somehow, and I gotta give them love. Why do I like the Cemetery Prowler? Because we're running another Prowler in the Blanchwood Prowler. So whenever this enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. It's a nice little way to kind of fill up your graveyard and kind of maintain efficiency to gain your lands. So that's kind of why we can do, even though we have a kind of a deeper curve, I can get away with 24 because we have the Prowler, and we also have the Cenote Scout, which is, pretty simple. You just come out there and explore. If you need to, you can dig into the grave or dump into the graveyard with that explore. The Deathbonnet Sprout. So the early game does kind of rely on the graveyard quite a bit. And there's other things that we can do. Obviously, you do need tail swipe, just because, I mean, you need removal. That's mono green's biggest problem, is no removal. So we're going to make sure we're running 4 tail swipes. The Spring-Leaf Avenger, I love this card so much. So Ninjutsu 4, and we do have some weenies here, so it is not beyond the pale to have a Scout or a Deathbonnet Sprout, Scout and Sprout combination. But the Spring-Leaf Avenger, you're usually going to have something in the graveyard, either just because it died, or you have the Blanchwood Prowler or the Scout kind of setting itself up. So whenever you do this, if you unblock Ninjutsu 4, this card sees no play, and this is why I like it. None of these cards see a lot of play, and I think these cards are really good, and the Spring-Leaf Avenger lets you bring stuff into your hand. Speaking of cards that see no play, Workshop Warchief. This card is good. I'm dead serious. This card is good. I'm running 4 of them, and it's so good. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and whenever it dies, you create a 4/4 Rhino creature token. And it gets better. You can blitz it in. So with Blitz, it's going to come in, it's going to sacrifice itself at the end of the turn, but you get to replace itself with a 4/4, and you get to draw, and it's got trample, and it gains life. This card is bonkers. What? No one's playing it, and in the sort of just straightforward mono green thing. I love it. I do have the Ojer here, the Deepest Growth. Again, it's a legendary, so I'm only running it end of 1, but it can come back later in the game, so I do think it's persistently a big threat. And of course, you got the Tyrranax Rex. This card is a control killer. You can't counter it. You can't really target. I mean, you can, because it has Ward 4, but it's a pretty hefty price to pay. So this thing absolutely trample Ward and then Toxic 4. Absolutely brutal of a card. Frillback and Polukranos, just because, some added beef in this thing. But this mono green deck, I think this deck actually does perform very well. I have tweaked it up a lot. It did kind of do a little meh at the beginning, but now that I have kind of tweaked it up and just made it straightforward, more aggressive and more haste with this kind of stuff here versus more mid-range, I think it's actually pretty gosh darn good. So here it is, throwback Cemetery Prowler Oddity Warchief. I mean, this is not even a throwback. No one even just ran this. So here we go. I think I've blabbed enough. Consider joining the channel. I'd greatly appreciate that, and you'd be helping me out as a content creator. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Team X, how we doing here? Okay, so slow. I'm gonna keep it. What's the odds that we just get flooded? Okay, Workshop Warchief. Okay, so we're definitely gonna be looking on the back end, as long as we're not facing mono or mono red. We're not gonna get blown off too badly. So okay, so no, they're playing against Rakdos, and they don't play anything yet, and we do draw into land, which is fine. Now I'm not even really worried about getting stuff out on time or on curve. We're fine. We're playing the long run anyway, baby. So Team X, what are you packing here? Got the Rakdos. So this seems to be true blue Rakdos. We are playing Rakdos a lot. So, okay, so Braids actually is not that big of a deal. Let's see if they sacrifice a land. I'm going to say no. It's tempting, but I'm going to say no. And now that I know that if I would have known I would have drew a land, I probably would have called their bluff and just done it. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I think, yeah, let's not do that. I don't know what let's not even try to be cute with it. All right, so Braids is going to go again. Yeah, let's not do that. I don't know why. Okay, so they actually don't even just sacrifice a land anyway. So let's just go in for the Oddity. Again, huge fan of this thing. It's just such a fun card. I mean, just Trample Haste. It's just a Beastie Boy. A Beastie Boy. You gotta fight for your right to party. That's right, baby. We got the Beastie Boy. I like that. I think that just kind of caught on here. We got the Edict. Yeah, I'm expecting with 3 mana sources open here some sort of removal. But that's okay, because we still have an Oddity. We've got 2 Warchiefs. Oh, this kind of changes the game here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we go down to 9. I'm going to decline, even though we do lose the double life from that, and that is absolutely brutal. But because we have the Tail Swipe, I think we're going to be okay. And this kind of sucks here, because I'm going to have to go for Tail Swipe, and then I'm not going to swing in here, though. We're just going to kind of keep up the Beastie Boy for defense. Yeah, there's no way. Okay. If we can survive one more turn, we do have the Workshop Warchief. And the Workshop Warchief lets us gain life, so that's beautiful. Life gain is going to be everything. I never really account. No way out. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Well, that's fine. I guess we'll just keep both the Warchiefs. That's fine with me. That's absolutely fine. Much better than staring down another Bloodletter of Alcazats. So the Braids is going to go off again. I'm assuming they're going to kill the token. I'm going to say no. It sucks. No, as long as we have the Workshop Warchief, I think. Oh my god, and another one. This actually could be pretty gosh darn good, especially because we do get that life gain, which is so nice. I'm going to swing in here because even if they get rid of the Workshop Warchief, it replaces itself with the 4/4. So I think we can actually be aggressive here. I don't think this is actually a bad thing. It would be a little bit more topsy-turvy if the Workshop Warchief didn't replace itself. Then we'd kind of have to worry about having, like, you know, removal and then just kind of get, you know, like Lightning Strike or something. But I think this is absolutely fine. So Braids is going to go... I mean, they're not going to do anything with the Braids here. There's just no way. And these Workshop Warchiefs might be the play. So bang, 16 to 6. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty gosh darn good. Even if they kill the like I said, even if they kill the Warchief, it just replaces itself with a 4/4 Rhino. And then we just have more Workshop Warchiefs. If you flip these M's upside down, what do you get? You get WW Workshop Warchief, baby. That is right. So Lord Skitter. Lord Skitter is actually pretty good with Braids. It's going to pump out a token every single turn. And if they had more mana open, I'd be tempted to kind of blow up my Workshop Warchief. You know what? I don't really want them to draw a card. I mean, it is tempting. Should I do that? Braids, Lord... Every single turn they're going to pop something out, which is kind of annoying. Should I do it? I don't like them drawing cards. I don't know. I think let's do it. Let's kind of catch their bluff. Again, we get the 4/4, and we have 2 more Workshop Warchiefs coming on. So, like, I don't know. Maybe we should. So now we got to make the decision. Do we want to blitz in the Workshop Warchief? And I think I'm going to. With that card draw itself, I think, especially with an Oddity out here, we can flip over the Oddity, gain the life, 9, and like I said, this Warchief when it blows up will, yeah, I think we're still supposed to attack, because even with the blitz, now that we sacrifice the Warchief, I mean, if they have a Bloodletter of Alcazats, I think we should maybe we keep the Oddity back. They can double block the token, the 4/4s, because they have that Bloodletter of Alcazats, and then there's like, I think we're still better off doing this and having 2 blockers, because again, we do have another Warchief, so I think this is probably for the best. So let's draw. Okay, Tail Swipe's actually pretty gosh darn good. Now, next turn will be a little bit peculiar, because should we go for Tail Swipe or the Workshop Warchief? I guess we'll see. But again, that Bloodletter of Alcazats is so good because you never really mentally account for it. You just kind of assume, oh, I'm at such and such life, they can't really do that much damage. And then they're like, oh, you can do a lot of damage very quickly. And then it's like, ooh, you can sneak some wins in pretty good with that. But this Workshop, I'm a huge fan of the Workshop Warchief. I really am. Really, really awesome card. Again, no one's playing it. Literally nobody's playing the Workshop Warchief. Who the frick is playing this card? I am. That's who. So Lord Skitter is going to do that, which is fine. unless they drop another, well, I don't know. I think we're sitting kind of okay here. We definitely have the more impressive board. If we get into a land, we can go in for the Ulvenwald Behemoth again, and that would be absolutely, ooh, okay, so Ob Nixilis. Ooh, okay.
After 1,000 years, finally, a new.
Ooh, I'm starting to sweat. Okay, I'm gonna say no. I want to keep the tail swipe and the Warchief, but now this is a game. This is definitely gonna be a grind fest now. Okay, so braids. Let's see if they want to sack a land or something. Or they just gonna, I don't think they're gonna sack the token, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go Ash Ketchum, turn my hat around because this is gonna get grindy. I can already tell. All right, so let's see what the braids takes though. If they want to take, they take nothing, and we get our 4th Workshop Warchief. Not that I'm complaining. Absolutely love this card. Now we gotta make a mental decision though. Like, how do we? There's so many things going on right now. Do we want to go for the Warchief? Do we want to swing with the Oddity at all? Because the Oddity can flip if we get another land. The Warchief, do we want to blitz it in? Do we want to play the Warchief, not blitz it in, and then go for tail swipe? Do we want to swing into the Obnixilize? There's so much going on here. I think ultimately I'm gonna go for the tail swipe option, and we're gonna do this because the Oddity has trample, so we're not gonna blitz in the Warchief. We're gonna just worry about killing the braids, because the braids I think is a little bit more annoying. Okay. Yeah, actually, I mean, if they have a kill spell, if they have like a go for the throat, this is looking pretty gross. Yeah. Okay, come on, T-Max. You either have the removal or you don't. Come on. Okay. It does go through, so no go for the throat. They are playing, hopefully. And the Workshop Warchief, of course, is not hasting. So I think we're going to swing in their face. I think it's the best way to do this. We're going to forego the Oddity, most likely, because they're going to block with the token and then just ping it. Which is... Wait, why are you blocking with Lord Skitter? That makes no sense to me. I thought they would... Well, I guess it does. Yeah, I guess it does. I mean, because we have Tramp on the Oddity. Do they have Corrupted Convolution? Okay, that makes sense. So we go down to 6. We trade the Skitter here. But again, with the 3, and we have the Workshop Warchief, we'll go up to 9. But again, they have to get rid of the Obnixilus if they go for a Devil token, but they do have another way to gain life off this. This is really close, depending on what they play here. I mean, this is about as close as it gets. I genuinely don't know where we sit here. It's just going to depend what they drop. It's going to depend what they drop here. Bloodletter. Oh my god. Am I gonna have to discard? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is tough. Oh, this is tough. Okay, because they're gonna. I'm assuming. I don't know yet. Let's see what they do with the Obnixilus. They're gonna go for double +1. Let's say no to this one, and let's just kind of take a breather. See what they do for this one. Because this is double the damage. I think I have to discard the Workshop Warchief because I think we have to, because if they have like a Volvaran Epicure, they haven't shown any burn spells yet, but like I think I have to. I think I have to. That sucks. Because if I say no and we go down to 1, I mean they could just have anything, and we lose. But again, then I mean they have another. Yeah, okay. So there we go. Or a braids, exactly. Like so, if they would have had a braids and they could sacrifice an Obnixilus, and then we would have lost. That would have been lethal, because obviously we can't take that. So now they actually can't do this. We go down to 1. See, that we actually would have done that, and we get a tail swipe. I think we got it. I think we just got this. This has been the most like butt clenching match I've ever had, especially with a deck that is pretty much, I don't want to say garbage, but it's pretty memey. And especially with the meta here, we get the Workshop Warchief with Trample. We're just going to go through, and this is going to be a good game. They are tapped out. Workshop Warchief is going to trample through for just 1 life. Let's clank it up. Let's give them the good game. Yeah, we got this, baby. I cannot believe it. That was so close. I can't believe it. Wow. Endo, how are we doing here? We got the double Prowler. I am in. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, so obviously this deck is a little funny how it works, because you got Prowler setting up the graveyard, and then they kind of think that you got some graveyard stuff going on depending on what like information is revealed. So they see the Tranquil, the little dino, and then they see the Rhino as well. So they're probably thinking like, what the heck's up with that Rhino? But that's kind of where we set up for the Spring-Leaf Avenger. I really like how this deck plays out because it's so wonky. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very, very wonky. It's just how it plays, but I think that this actually can. Okay, well, that's actually not that big of a deal. Now we can kind of make more use of the tail swipe, I guess. Definitely would rather have the land, but at least now we kind of, dig through our deck. There's gotta be land in there somewhere. So with the tail swipe, graveyard Trespassers. Let's see if we're gonna get into a little bit of trouble here early. So Graveyard Trespasser is going to remove some of our graveyard stuff. I don't really love that. Yeah, so to get rid of that, our Spring-Leaf Avenger definitely likes to have things unblocked. So I'm kind of hoping they swing in with the Harvester. Let's see if they use the... Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, I'd rather them have their removal for these little Prowlers. I mean, that doesn't really matter. So now we go for the Ulvenwald Oddity. Sometimes I don't forget. It's always in the back of my mind, but like this card is illegal in Standard and nobody uses it. I understand why, but the Oddity is still pretty good. I understand this is not Dinos. We are running the Rex, but it's still a pretty good card. So the Harvester comes out to play. Obviously, it's not going to be able to use it for the blood tokens because we got the tail swipe. So Graveyard Trespasser is going to do its thing, and I am debating on chump blocking here. I don't think I will. Well, I guess not. I guess we'll kind of save the Prowler to kind of chump block for a later time. But now here's the cool thing. Now we have a tail swipe. I can just tail swipe I think we're going to have to just tail swipe the Harvester. There's really no way around this because the Harvester is going to be able to kill the Oddity. I don't want that to happen. So I'm just kind of looking at my graveyard here. I'll kind of set this up, and there is a world where if I swing in and they don't use the Prowler, they know that we're running like some funny stuff here. I'm going to swing in. If they go for the Prowler, I might even just oh my god, they don't do it. I cannot believe they do not block the Prowler. We gonna get the Spring-Leaf Avenger. Their fear. I can't believe we just did that. We totally just punked them out. And now I have to decide, like, what do I actually want? Do I want another Ulvenwald Oddity? I think I'm gonna take it just because next turn is pretty good. We go for the Prowler and then we go for an Oddity. That's pretty good. Kind of set into the Tyrranax Rex. That feels pretty good. I cannot believe it. Just like, that was a total bluff, and it just worked completely. I cannot believe it. I am so happy that happened. Wow. Okay. I am gotta stop gushing eventually, because we could still lose a race here, especially with underdogs. They are playing red, so I don't really know what their deck is completely capable of. Just Phyrexian. So they call him Phyrexian, but I haven't seen too many Phyrexians here. So we actually have another Ulvenwald Oddity on top of that. I'm gonna go for the Prowler. I'm just going to go ahead and just like cross my fingers and just kind of hope that we get into another land. If we do brick, we have another Prowler, so it's not the end of the world. But now we can do this and then just go for another Ulvenwald Oddity. Feels pretty good. And I think I'm just going to swing the house. We keep a Prowler back to block. They only have 8 life. So yeah, I think we're just going to swing in. I think we just kind of have to. We're still at 14, so I don't think we're really in that big of a threat to lose a race. And double block's fine. They just go 1 for 1. It is what it is. And 4 is still going to get through. And they're actually just chump blocking the Spring-Leaf Avenger, which makes sense, considering that we can just snag back something else with it. So I cannot believe we got that bluff to work, though. All right, blood token. And I don't think, it's looking pretty good here. It's looking pretty good. Obviously, nothing's, it's not over till the fat lady sings. So I wonder where that like saying came from, where the fat lady sings. Where's that even come from? Anyway, got a Bonehorde Dracosaur. Okay, so that is unfortunate. The first strike, and we don't have any removal. Okay, so this is actually pretty scary. What I'm gonna do is cry. Probably gonna cry a little bit because now here we're showing no land. Oh, no land either. Oh, gross. Okay. I'm going to go for the Cenote Scout just because I need a land for either the Tyrranax Rex or the Ulvenwald Oddity. So let's go ahead and just do this. Fingers crossed and a tail swipe. Okay. Oh, God. I'm gonna put it away. I'm just a little nervous here because by the time we get to draw that tail swipe, I think they're gonna have some other stuff going on here. They might have like removal. They might have other stuff going on. I don't know. I don't know how it feels. I don't know how I feel about that. If we draw into the tail swipe, we get rid of the Drakazor. But I think I just really want this Tyrranax Rex out here. So Shelly comes out to play. Oh my God. Okay. We are really showing the limitations of mono green right now. I was kind of high on my throne here, but now I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous with the Shelly and the Drakazor out. They might kind of take control of our board here. Now we're starting to see the Ulvenwald Oddity, why it is a little dated. So another, no. All right, so we got a Cenote Scout. Hopefully we can at least find a land. There we go. So we at least get into a forest and we can at least drop another Ulvenwald Oddity. But we're not going to really be able to swing in, especially with that Drakazor staring us down the face with the first strike. The first strike really makes all the difference in the world. I don't think they can go for lethal, but at least now that we have the 7, we can at least maybe go in for the Oddity or the Rex next turn. I just don't think we can really swing in. If we're swinging at all, we have to do like an all-out swing, and we just don't really have the firepower for that. So no, because the first strike just kind of wards us off. So let me just kind of posture here. Let's kind of just make them sweat a little bit. I'm not going to do this. There's no way. Just pretty much no way I can do this. Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and just put that away. Yeah, okay, so the plan is now is just going to be able to flip the Oddity. Again, the Ulvenwald Oddity is so not even like played anymore that maybe they forget that this thing can transform into the Behemoth. Or we can go for the Tyrranax Rex. We'll kind of see how they swing and just see like kind of like what kind of fits the best. Oh, so the Pilfer gets rid of our big Rex. That is unfortunate. So now there's no plan B. There's no plan anything. Plan A is the only plan we have. We have the Ulvenwald Oddity. Hopefully we can transform this thing for old time's sake. I don't know when this thing came out. Was it like 2019 or something? I really don't even like remember when Oddity came out. It was in a strat. I think it was 2019. So the thing's been around, I think. Either way, this thing has been around forever. Virtual Persistence is going to pick off a random Prowler. Doesn't really make or break us. But, alright, Shelly comes in to swing, and, I think we have to chump block. I do. I don't think I can really take that much damage here, because, I mean, we're going to be able to take 2 every single time that we draw. Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, and another Shelly. Okay, well, actually, that's not that bad. I mean, now they just get the Shelly for combat. That's actually not that bad. Okay, so here's the cool thing, though. Because we have 2 Ulvenwald Oddities, let's just swing in. Let's just swing in. Let's see if they can get... Okay, so they have the Drakazor here. This is not that bad. Hold on. Because we have 2 oddities, we just can transform the oddity that is the least convenient for them. So this actually is not that bad. Let's see how they want to play out here. Again, Master of Blockers, I don't know what you're going to do. They have 9 life, and if I transform this beautiful oddity mid-combat, and it's going to definitely look like the one that's on the Drakazor, we're going to get bigger than the Drakazor. This is actually not that bad. So, Ulvenwald Oddity, I cannot believe I'm doing this. Ulvenwald Behemoth, baby. Down to 3 we go, and this Behemoth is going to trample right over your Drakazor, and is going to trade with the Sheldred. So, we get the Spring-Leaf Avenger as well, and we don't get the lethal, unfortunately. I'm not going to pretend like I knew it was going to be lethal or not. Math for blockers. But the Spring-Leaf Avenger also comes out. Now I'm just trying to think of what I want here. I think it's going to have to be a Workshop Warchief, maybe, or a Tyrranax. Let's just go for the Tyrranax Rex. Yeah, I mean, initially I wanted to go ahead and go for the Workshop Warchief just because it has haste and gains life. But I don't think the life gain is going to matter that much. Let's just grab this Rex, and now they know that the Rex is coming on the back end, even if they do head removal, and we take it. Oh, let's go! Tryon, how we doing here? Okay, so we got the Scout. double Tail Swipe and double Oddity. I think that's a pretty good hand. So let's go for the Scout. Hopefully we can find some land. Fingers crossed. And we do. Never a worry, never a problem. That's why we love the Scout. All right. So let's see what we're playing against. A lot of... I haven't really faced Control yet. I'm kind of waiting to face Control with all of our haste stuff and like the Tyrranax Rex. I'm kind of waiting to get into that, but unfortunately we don't. I am going to swing in just because the Ulvenwald, I don't really want to chump block. And whatever comes in is going to have a +1/+1 counter on it, so I don't really want to chump block with the Scout right now. Phoenix Chick's flying anyway, so don't have to worry about chump blocking. And that's completely fine. Okay. Hopefully, okay, so we get a Prowler. Let's just drop you. We either get a land or we get buffed up, which is... We actually could decline this. I think I'm going to decline this and then just go for Tail Swipe. I think that's a pretty good move, considering... Yeah, at this point, let's not attack, just in case now like a Squeak could come out, if they have Kamanu. Like, I think it's a little bit different, because now we have the Scout that can kind of chump block for like a Squee or something. Or their 1/1, rather. So with the Prowler, Ancestral Anger, okay, so the Prowler, I think, ultimately was the better move to give it the bump. We do need land in this deck, but like I said, I think we're okay. Now, I'm a little confused why they're running the tap, gain lifeland, and Gruul. Typically, you don't really care about life gain. You just kind of want to play yourself out as fast as possible. So, always a little skeptical at the Gruul stuff there. Phoenix Chick, so they are tapped out. This is actually like a really easy block. I don't care if you've got Trample. I'm going to take one, and then we're going to trade with you. And then now I don't have to worry about you, so that's good. A Workshop Warchief. Absolutely love that card, man. And I actually am going to swing in. Just with you, the Scout can chump block a big, like a Godric or something like that. That's fine. But 4 damage, I do want to put on the board, especially with another Warchief. We're going to be able to gain life. Looks good to me. So they are playing Gruul. I actually have not seen a Gruul card yet. It's just kind of been mono red. So let's see what they're running Gruul for. Yeah, this has just been mono red so far. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I'm glad. Now I'm really, really glad that I have a chump blocker. There we go. All right, so Samuel would have been able to draw a card, which would have been kind of annoying. Now, here we go. Let's go for Cemetery Prowler. And let's go ahead and get rid of the Chicks. I don't want the Chick coming back. And then we can go for Tail Swipe. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think it's a little bit more efficient. And now, even if we don't draw into a land next turn, now we can go for Workshop Warchief. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the Prowler, yeah, Cemetery Prowler, like I said, these cards, man, it has a place in my heart, a special place in my heart. The Ulvenwald Oddity and Cemetery Prowler, these cards, they feel old, even though, like, they're kind of not. But just with the standard being kicked back or whatever, like, they've been in standard for so long, but they're still legal, and they just don't get any play, so. And I still think they're plenty playable. I don't think it's meta. Obviously, I don't think it's, like, meta, or, like, highest win rate are gonna break the meta or whatever. That's what some people, I guess I go on a little slight tangent off base right now. Some people do that, like on like Twitter or most of the YouTube comments, not a lot. Some people be like, this deck sucks, like, you think this is gonna beat such and whatever. I'm like, well, A, it does because I play my decks, but B, I mean, like, I'm not necessarily saying this is like the new meta or anything like that. So I always, like, it always catches me a little off guard when people say that. But nevertheless, I am going to go in for, do we want to go for Oddity or just go for the Tail Swipe here? And hold on, this is actually, no, wait, this is lethal, right? Yeah, this is lethal. We actually don't even need the Workshop Warchief. We're just going to go in for the Oddity, and we're going to go in for the Tail Swipe. And yeah, that's 12 damage. That Tail Swipe buffs us up 1, and we don't even have to worry about the Workshop Warchief. And meta be damned, I don't need to see Gruul. Well, other than the Samut, but either that Gruul, not mono red, goes down. Looking good. Ciaru, I guess? I'm gonna go with that. Rhea/Rhea. How you doing here? Okay. So, got the Prowler. I feel pretty good. The Prowler and the Avenger, nice little combo. We have a double Rex in our hand. The Rex is like a control killer. I'm telling you, man, I love it. Like, you don't ever really notice. When it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's too slow. But when it's good, oh my god, it's so good. So, let's go in for the Scout. With the Scout and the Prowler, we do have ways that... Ooh. So, we have the Prowler. I do like the Cemetery Prowler. Again, this is... this is like a blast from the past. I am going to put it away. It is close, though, but I think I am going to put it away, especially with 2 Rexes in my hand. I just can't really take the risk here. Plus, we can always grab it back with the Spring-Leaf Avenger. All right, so treasure map. Okay. Prowler. I guess, I mean, the most obvious... Well, yeah, let's go ahead and do the Oddity. I think we can do this. We can go in for the Spring-Leaf Avenger, but grabbing the Prowler seems a little bit not wonderful, I guess. Plus, we can just kind of do it next turn. So unless they sweep the board, which I don't think they really can in these colors, I think I probably would have done that. If I was going against white, I would have went for Spring-Leaf Avenger instead of the Oddity. Plus, it is more damage, so maybe I just kind of should have done that in general. But let's go for the Prowler. So we have the Cemetery Prowler. Remove the Cemetery Prowler. And then we have the Blanchwood Prowler. So we got double Prowlers. You gotta love double Prowlers. Hopefully I do get into some more land, which we do. Looking good. All right. And I think we're just going to say pass. So the Archery of the Dross. The nice thing about the Avenger is we can actually grab land with it as well. But now that it costs 1 less, maybe not want to kind of go in for it. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, definitely a little scary here. Obviously, it being... I mean, do they really want to attack, though, is the question. Oh, Brotherhood's End. Oh, and the Archfiend of the Dross. Yeah, that's not good. We just took 6 damage from that Brotherhood of the End. That is pretty gross. Ooh, and the Shelly's Edict. Ooh. We're taking a lot of damage here. So I think we're going to kill the Oddity, because I kind of want to get into the Tyrranax Rex as quickly as possible. We go down to 6. That is pretty rough, though. Yeah, gosh dang, that Brotherhood really put us out. Trying to think if there's anything we can do with the Spring-Leaf Avenger. I don't think we can. Can we grab, because it can only grab permanents. So the Spring-Leaf Avenger actually can't grab anything else. Yeah, I think we're kind of out of luck. It can't grab a Tail Swipe. We don't have anything with Reach. We don't have Vorinclex. So we're going to go for the Tyrranax Rex. We're going to swing in here, but unfortunately... So, yeah, it's just going to be kind of short. I think I should have went for Spring-Leaf Avenger. Again, hindsight's 20/20, but Spring-Leaf Avenger has 6 power. So if we would have did that instead of the Ulvenwald Oddity, let's go ahead and give him a good game. But yeah, if I would have went for Spring-Leaf Avenger, I think I would have won maybe, but either way, good game. X-Man 777. You know what? I'm a huge fan of X-Men. Honestly, no joke. I know, like, I feel like diehard fans hate it, but I actually watched more X-Men Evolution growing up, just because that was kind of like my time, like the mid-2000s or whatever. It was always on, like, I think Cartoon Network, and I loved X-Men Evolution. I know people hate it, just like it's not, like, accurate to the comic books or whatever, which is understandable, but I guess I'm just kind of off on a little tangent. So, X-Man, it's actually not X-Men, it's X-Man. But hello, X-Man. I'm not going to block your Skrelv here. No way. Let's go down to 19. I think we'll take a Toxic counter, and you know, a lot of times Skrelv is not run in like pure Toxic, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But we got the Tail Swipe here, and because we do get the bump, Double Strike. When I was a novice to Magic, I had no idea. I could never understand why Double Strike does not work in combat. I still kind of don't. I still like think it's kind of weird that Double Strike does not work when you fight, but it doesn't, and we're going to use it to our advantage. So got the Jawbone Duelist. No more Skrelv to make it unblockable, which is nice. Skrelv with the Jawbone Duelist is actually really, really nasty. Okay, maybe I should have kept one of my fight spells for because the Frillback can take care of the Skrelv. So that's kind of not great, but I guess we'll go for the Prowler, get rid of the Skrelv, just some extra Skrelv hate, and I guess we'll stay back. Just in case. I mean, Toxic can get out of hand pretty quickly, so the Rock Priest, don't love that. And another Crawling Core. So now they're out of tricks in their hand. They can't really target themselves, so that's kind of nice. And let's see what we want to do here. Now everything does cost 1 less, so we can go for the Frillback. So the only problem with the Frillback is there's no targets. The Frillback does nothing here. There's no artifacts to remove. There's the graveyard doesn't really matter, and our life does not matter at all, just because obviously they're going for poison counters, not our actual life total. So the Frillback, not looking that great. I guess we might as well swing. The way the Prowler works, it's not like all of our creatures get less and less expensive just by the way the Prowler works. Which I am... Whoa, hold on. I'm very surprised they're going for this. Well, let's kill the Rot Priest and then the Double Striker. I'm really surprised they're doing this. So no. Because I'm gonna give you. I don't want to trade the choruses because those just come back anyway. We get rid of the Rot Priest, which like does all the shit. Like that's the whole power of their deck. I think I'm gonna let this go just because these Deathbonnet Sprouts can get bigger. But they gave up way too much of their board presence, I believe. So these are gonna. Oh, let's go. So we actually get one Hulk. So that's kind of nice. I'm just really confused. Polukranos, I guess we'll put you away. And let's not swing. Let's not swing. Let's swing. Let's swing here. I think at this point I might trade. Maybe that was a mistake. Was that a might stake? Maybe that was a mistake. That was a little too aggressive. But I don't know why they. I'm really confused because they have to. Like the Rock Priest like never swings in. They're really never supposed to swing with the Rock Priest. So I'm at 5 at this point. But now I'm a little bit. Now I'm not too worried. They just give it up. But yeah, they give up way too much of their board on the Rock Priest swing there. SGP84, how are we doing here? Oh, so we got the double Deathbonnet Sprout. I really like this card, especially in this kind of like deck. We don't really like need the graveyard, but we do use the graveyard. So I think I kind of like how we got it going on here. Okay, so let's see if we're going to go. There we go. We're going to take our first test against Mono Red. We are on the play, which is going to help, obviously. And we do have this tail swipe. So, I mean, our turn 2 is actually really, really simple. Do we want to go for the Scout? I think because we do have the Sprout, we don't want to go for the Scout. And then we can go for the tail swipe here. Because they're tapped out, we just get a nice... Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And then turn 3, we have the Scout with the Sprouts. And then we have the Oddity. I really like this. I think this deck is actually pretty good. So Invasion of Tarkir, kind of unfortunate, but it actually helps us out. Because the Sprout fills up the graveyard for the other Sprout. We don't get the transform, which is unfortunate. We got this Tyrranax Rex, which is a little looking not great here, but hopefully we have ways to kind of like ramp ourselves up into land. So I'm gonna swing in. Yeah, there's no way I'm chump blocking with the Sprout, especially when it can become a 3/3. And then next turn we have the Oddity. So Kamana faces Kaslem. A lot less threatening on turn 3 compared to turn 1, so I like that. So let's see. Fingers crossed for the... Nope, don't get the transformation, unfortunately. But we do have the Oddity. We do have the Oddity and a tail swipe. So, unless they have Witchstalker Frenzy... Yeah, I was going to say, I might just swing with the Oddity so that we can't go for the Witchstalker Frenzy, because that's... The way that it works is that... Let's do this. I know that they still have the Witchstalker Frenzy. I just want to keep something back for the Tarkir. If they have Witchstalker Frenzy, they just have it. I'm going to just kind of play into that they don't. So I guess I kind of just get a little bit lucky there. Alright, so Kamana faces Kaslem, something gets a little bit bigger. I can't... Okay.